So you want to reduce your SaaS churn. So here's how we've been doing it. And first things first, why am I qualified? Well, it's because we're doing 4 figures every single day with our SaaS. I'll throw some screenshots here on top so you can see that I'm not lying. So first things first, right? Your people churn from your SaaS because they don't get results from your product. If the money they're paying, so the money they're paying coming in is lower than the value they get, well, they'll never cancel. In other words, if they get more value off of what they're paying, off of it over than what they're paying, well, they'll never cancel in an ideal world. The reason why they're canceling is because the value isn't enough. So because this is the other way around. Now, how can you make the value they're paying higher? Excuse me, how can you make the value they're getting off of your SaaS higher than the money they're paying you? Well, multiple ways. The best one and the very first one is, of course, having a high quality product, good product, right? Which we've done. This is our SaaS, by the way. We've built the best product in the market. Now, that being said, we still, of course, have churn, but we've managed to reduce it by a lot, substantially, using the things that I'm going to give you right now. But first things first, of course, have a good product, right? If your product sucks, people will churn. Now, a good product will, of course, depend on what you're doing, but just know that if you're doing B2C, right, churn will inherently be higher than B2B, simply because B2C products tend to be less sticky. What do I mean by this? Well, a B2B product, for example, like an email marketing software, right? Once you as a company, for example, we as a company, we use an email marketing software for our SaaS, right? And once we have all the flows built out, all connected with our database, for example, a flow that sends emails out to people who cancel, trying to win them back, a flow that sends out welcome emails, a flow that sends out emails for people wanting to upgrade, right? Once you have all this stuff implemented in this email marketing software we're using, well, it's a pain in the butt for us to switch to go find another alternative, because if we even find one that we think is better, well, then we got to move all our stuff over there, and that sucks. So this is an example of a sticky software, okay? And I guess the second way to reduce churn is just go to B2B, right? It's harder to scale, right? But B2B has less churn inherently, okay? Now, again, you can go out and build features in your B2C, right, to make it a bit more sticky, but there are products that by default are more sticky, like CRMs, email marketing software, for example. So just know that if you're in B2C, well, you can build out features. Even in B2B, if your churn is high in B2B, well, you can still build out features that make it sticky. For example, for our thing right here, we built this tool called AI Agent that, in essence, I don't want to talk too much about what the tool does, because I don't think that's interesting. What this does is it basically crawls your site and gives you suggestions based on the crawling it's doing, so you can optimize your site. And it only does that while you're subscribed. So if you stop being subscribed, it stops giving you all these great suggestions that will allow you to rank your site first, right? So this is one way we're able to try and build sticky features into our product. So one thing you can do, again, still product focus, because product is number one, right? Not number one, but it's very important, right? One thing you can do, again, product focus, is thinking about features you can make that are sticky. In other words, what can you build into your product that will be a pain in the butt that if users cancel, it will suck, in essence. Just think about email marketing software, because for me and for you, for example, it's going to be a pain in the butt to switch email marketing software because it's so ingrained into my business. I built all these automations in there. It's connected with our database, right? It's so sticky. So think of ways you can build sticky features. Again, your SaaS itself doesn't need to be sticky, but think of ways how you can build sticky features, because that will reduce churn. And granted, of course, right, don't think just because you implement a feature, churn will reduce, right? Reducing your churn isn't just about one thing. It's about multiple things, okay? So just one thing alone won't reduce your churn drastically. It's a multitude of things all add up to reducing churn. And also it takes time, right? If you implement the feature today, or if you implement all this stuff I'm going to show you today, right, you take like 1 to 2 months to see an actual reduction in churn, okay? So don't expect this to be overnight. Third thing we did is, of course, have a great cancellation sequence. So let me show you how we built ours. You can copy it if you want. I mean, it can always be improved. But if anyone wants to cancel, so they have to go here, cancel subscription. So there's a button, of course. One thing we do is, of course, the dumbest thing we could do is, okay, they click the button and the subscription would be automatically canceled, right? You don't want to do this. Of course, you don't want to be unethical and have people have to call you to cancel. That's dumb, right? Let's say, for example, the other extreme opposite is, okay, on one hand, you have this, where they can click cancel and the sub is automatically canceled. On the other extreme opposite is, okay, yeah, you can cancel if you call us to this number between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. on Sundays, right? That's the other extreme opposite. You don't want to do that. Don't want to do that because that's not ethical. So what we do is, of course, we don't let them cancel as soon as they click, right? We give them a video saying, hey, listen, I know you're about to leave, but before you do, let's talk. Let me understand why you want to leave and let me give you a bunch of stuff, right? And we incentivize them to book a call, okay? So the flow, in essence, is cancel button. I'll even type it in here. Cancel button, right? Model to booking a call or to cancel. If they hit book a call, well, they go to the book a call page, right? They still haven't canceled. If they hit cancel, I'll show you right here. If they hit cancel, right? And speaking with us, right? With our client success manager, okay? Which adding this has reduced churn because we have calls with people, and when you speak with people one-on-one, you'd be surprised with the stuff you find. Oftentimes people just cancel because they don't understand how the product works. Maybe because our documentation isn't good enough, maybe because our UI is confusing, right? And just having a call, just having 10, 15 minutes of your time talking with them can mean someone not churning. And if you can prevent a client that's paying like $100 a month not churning, well, that's amazing. And the info they give you on the call, let's say, for example, this guy was canceling because there's some confusion here with the UI. If that guy wanted to cancel and went out of his way to book a call and tell us that, well, I can assure you there's a bunch of more other people that have the exact same issue. Because it's never just one people having the issue, it's always multiple people, okay? Now, in case they want to cancel, well, we have this. So a cancellation thingy, and this helps us a lot to improve our product, right? Having a cancellation sequence and making them, because they cannot like cancel, right? You have to write here what the issue is. And then you have to actually write a decent comment. And this is a pain in the ass for them, right? But it's the way we found to have the best feedback, to improve our product. Now, of course, if they hit cancel right here, we're not able to, they've already canceled. So this doesn't necessarily reduce churn directly, but helps us reduce churn indirectly, because if we see a lot of people saying, for example, poor links or bad images on because we do like image generation. If a lot of people put bad images right here, like in a week's time, like let's say 10 people cancel because of bad images. Well, we know we have to fix something with the images. Okay, we also read their comments as well, right? And so this won't necessarily allow us to prevent these people to cancel, but because we improve the quality of the product based on these people that want to cancel's feedback, well, we can reduce the potential churn that would happen in the future. If that makes sense, okay? Now, if they hit send to the team and wait, well, their subscription isn't canceled, right? They just send the feedback and we get in touch with them instantly to fix whatever issue they have, or they can hit continue to cancellation. And we have yet a final pop-up where we tell them, hey, listen, you can cancel, but you lose everything, okay? Make sure that on this final step, you're not being unethical. The idea here is to, on a psychological level, making them feel that they're missing out, right? And they are. You lose all this data, you lose all this stuff, right? And you have to click here. I understand that I'm going to lose everything, and I'm hit confirm cancellation or don't cancel. Okay, so we have all these steps to prevent cancellations, so reducing churn, and at the same time collecting as much feedback as we can, so we can prevent future churns, prevent future cancellations. Now, this is the last step. Typically, confirm cancellation will be canceled, and of course, we still get in touch with every single person that cancels. Okay, we still reach out to them. Now, most of them don't answer because that's just naturally, if you're canceling the product, you don't want to hear from us anymore. But we still reach out manually to them. We have a sequence, right? The email sequence. I think I've shared it on the channel that automatically tries and win them back. We give them coupons. We give them resources. We give them a free consultation call. We give them a bunch of stuff to win them back. Now, that's not necessarily preventing of churn because churn will still go up, but it's a way we found to capture some of the churn revenue. And I can record a video on that, on how to capture churn revenue. Okay, but that's basically what we do. We either try to get them on the call, we try to understand why they're canceled and improve the based on their feedback, improve the product for future cancellations, and we try to delay the cancellations as much as possible. These things alone, like, will reduce your churn, by a couple points. And if you're doing 10K a month in MRR, or 20K MRR, or 30K MRR, or 100K MRR, just a 1, 2, 3% will allow you to reduce your churn a lot, right? And allow you to increase your MRR exponentially. Because if you're at 10K MRR, right, and you have a churn of 1%, so $1,000 every single month is churning, right? 1%, if you're able to reduce it by 1%, well, now this 1K is going to be added every single month in new MRR. So 10K, 11K, 12K. So it's going to be compounding on top of each other. So don't think 1% is small. 1% is off small, right? When it comes to churn, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6% is amazing. And I can assure you, if you got to implement this right here, you will see a reduction in churn. Not because there are any magic tips, it's because you're listening to the customers, improving the product based on what they're doing, right? Building sticky features, and delaying the cancellation flow as much as you can, and try to get them on the call to listen to what their issues are. That's basically it. No magic trick, no magic sauce. And if you like videos like this, please let me know down below in the comments. I record stuff based on what you want to see. And if you want my help to grow your SaaS, well, check the first link in the description. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.